Hello and welcome. Now that we can SSH into our guest system, we don't want to see the VirtualBox window anymore, ever. From this point on, we're going to use VBox Manage to run our silent hidden stealth server without a head. Since we are going to use just a few of the commands and options, I suggest that you read the entire VirtualBox user manual for more information on the VBox Manage command and its options. If the virtual machine is running, use the shutdown command to turn it off. Once it is off, open a terminal. Enter VBox Manage. We are presented with a list of options we can use with the VBox Manage command. Let's see if we can get a list of VMs and find out what their state is. As we see, we can do that with the VBox Manage command by giving it the list option and asking for the VMS or VMs. So we enter VBox list VMs. We see a brief list of virtual machines registered with VirtualBox. Now we want to see the state of the server we are working on. Enter VBox Manage show VM info. You can see that if we omit a needed argument, VBox Manage very user-friendlily displays a usage explanation for the specific option. We see that we need to enter the VM's name, so press up one time and add the name. VBox Manage show VM info OpenSUSE. We can see everything we need. But if we just want to look up something specific, we can try VBox Manage show VM info OpenSUSE pipe grep state. We can see it has been powered off. Plus we can see when it has been powered off. Now we want to start it again. You see there are two commands that can be used for that. The preferred method is to use the VBox headless command. VBox headless start VM OpenSUSE VRDE off. By default, in headless mode, the VRDE is enabled. It is a security concern, so we use the VRDE off option to disable it. Unfortunately, this way of running a VM would force us to keep a terminal window open. There are always ways to avoid that, but it would be an ugly hack, and I don't like ugly hacks. Our method would be the VBox Manage start VM command and the name of the virtual machine. To run it in headless mode, we need to add the type option with the headless argument. So we enter VBox Manage start VM OpenSUSE type headless. The system should be loading. We can open the VirtualBox Manager to peek at the system and see what's going on. Looks like it's ready. We can try the VBox Manage show info OpenSUSE grep state to see if it's running, or try either top or PSaux with grep VBox headless. Now let's log in. Open PuTTY, load the profile we made and click open. Log in with your username and password. Now that the stealth headless system is usable, we need to learn how to control it. VBox Manage Control VM, the Control VM option, allows us to control the VM. We can pause, resume, reset, power off, save state, we can mess with the network settings, etc. What we need to remember is the save state option. VBox Manage Control VM OpenSUSE save state. This allows us to stop the VM and start it up directly into a saved running state to avoid waiting for the machine to load. We resume a machine in a saved state the same way we start a machine. VBox Manage start VM OpenSUSE type headless, and we can check to see if it started by logging back in. But turning the system on and off through a terminal is inconvenient. We want to double click an icon on the desktop. Windows users can try the same thing with a batch file, but yeah. In a terminal window, enter echo quotes. Within the quotes, we write yes, exclamation mark, slash bin, slash bash, and we send this to our home folder, bin vi box run. Press enter. I'm not gonna press enter because I already have the file. Now let's go line by line. This is a script and you should copy it. I hope you can read it. We have comments first. In shell scripting, comments start with a DS sign and the whole line after it is a comment. We're going to be calling the script, and after the script name we're going to enter the name of the virtual machine we want to turn on or off. When you give a option to a script, it goes into one of those values. It's $1, $2, $3. $0 is the name of the script itself if you need it inside the script for some reason. This is an if statement. We're checking for user input, and it's if the user has entered something after the name of the script. It's going to be in $1, and we're going to check if it's not no or an empty value, because if you don't enter anything, $1 still sort of exists, but it's empty. So this check, together with the brackets, checks to see if $1 is empty or not. If it is empty, echo usage vbox run name, as in the name of the virtual machine, and exit, which will kill the script, and v to end our if statement. Now, if the user has entered vbox run and the name of the virtual machine, we go to get the state of the machine. vbox manage show vm info. We are giving it the $1 because this is the name of the virtual machine. It's going to substitute it. The machine readable option makes the output more machine readable. Pipe grep VM state to take just the line where VM state is. We're putting this in this funny looking, what is it? I don't know how you call it. It's the other function of the Quake console key. It's together with the tilde. We're putting this expression like this, so it's going to return VM state equals something. And after that, that VM state equals something is going to be re-evaluated, and it's going to end up being exactly as a declaration of a new variable within the script. After that, our script is going to output in the terminal the name of the machine is in the and the state it's in. When you want to reference a variable, you put the $sign in front of it, and our variable will be called VM state, so we're using $sign VM state on this line. This echo passes, and then we act accordingly. This is a case. What it does is it checks the value of VM state against this list, and whatever matches, it executes the command. So this is an error. This needs to be like so. So case VM state in. If the VM state is in the power off, or actually has the power off value, it's going to execute vbox manage start VM $1, which will be substituted with the name of the virtual machine, type headless, so it starts it as headless. If it's in the saved state, it's going to do the same thing, so it's the same line here, because it doesn't matter whether the system is off actually or just saved and closed, we started the same way. Now if it's running, as in it's currently working, we're going to use vbox manage control VM $1, which gets substituted, save state, which will save it. So it's going to be like a switch. You run the script, if the machine is running, it gets saved. You run it again, if it's saved, it starts up. And this is the catch-all option. If the VM state has some sort of a value that we're not considering here, this line is going to get executed and it's going to say I can't handle the state of things. And a sack is the end of the case structure. This last line, I'm not sure we need it, we probably don't, but yeah, why not? Before we try it, we need to make sure that our just written script is executable, or if we have the right to execute it. So let's go into cd bin folder in your home folder. We ls al grep vbox run. We use u as in user plus x and vbox run. Okay, ls al grep vbox run. Now you can see that the user has execute permissions. We're going to open Oracle VirtualBox. We can see that OpenSUSE is in the saved state. Now we're going to run our script and it gives us the usage scenario, as in what we wanted it to do. We basically fell to here and we got usage vbox run name. Let's try vbox run open. That's not a no. OpenSUSE. OpenSUSE is in the saved state, waiting for VM OpenSUSE to power on. VM OpenSUSE has been successfully started. And we can see here that OpenSUSE is running. Now, if we run the script again, OpenSUSE is in the running state and it saved it. So if we get back here, we can see saved. Now this is all fun and games, but we don't want to open a terminal every time we want to run a virtual machine. We don't want to write commands, so we're going to create a launcher. Create launcher, application, name. We're going to call it OpenSUSE. The command will be vbox run, which is the name of the script we wrote, and we're going to pass it the OpenSUSE parameter. Okay, and we have OpenSUSE. We run it. And the machine should restoring running, and it is running. We press enter again and it's saving and it's saved. And this is what we mean by auto magically. If you like this video and you're not too busy, why not rate, share or subscribe? If you don't like it, constructive criticism is always welcome in the comment section.